Hey gang, Gameface here, and I am back at Planet Coaster. And as I promised yesterday, today we're just going to delete a bunch of stuff. I notice there's some remnants from yesterday's deletions, but I'm not going to worry about that. I guess we're not really just deleting things. Hey Marcus, welcome back. We're not really just deleting things, we're actually blueprinting them for later consumption. Kept the stream open. It'll do that? I didn't know it would do that. Cool. So, what am I doing? I only wish I knew. I need all this stuff. I need, like, all of it. Together. Which might not be that easy. There we go. I don't know if I need these. They seem more Western. Oh, there we go. Than, you know, Colosseum. So, I don't know what this is going to be yet. So, I'm not going to really concern myself with, you know, giving these detailed descriptions. I'm going to save that for when I upload them to the workshop. So, this is just going to be a new it's gonna be I'm just gonna make up stupid names for it. The Flying Roman, because, you know, Roman Colosseum. It flies. There we go. Hey Pirates TV. How do I, hey Meganico, how do I stream to two platforms at the same time? I stream to Restream. Restream streams to 3 platforms for me. Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. And then they also have a chat client which aggregates all the chat from all the different places. So that's how it's done. I don't know if it's the only one. There might be other restreaming things. It might add a tiny bit of a delay, you know, like generally I find Twitch is like within, like, it's about 10 seconds behind. Mixer is about the same. YouTube will vary between 10 and 30 seconds depending on, I don't know, stuff. Depending on the phase of the moon. Okay, let's get rid of all this extra path. We don't need it. Yeah, it works good. And it's free, for the most part, you know. Well, it is free. It doesn't cost any money. You can buy a paid service, which provides you other other services for the money, for what you know. You can have different bit rates going back out to YouTube and all that. Hey Wolfie. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. It does what I need it to do. I shouldn't go and delete all this stuff. So I'm thinking this might be like a bit of overkill. It's not that I'm going to delete it. I like it. I'm not going to delete it. But I've also taken a look at some of these parks or these small amusement parks and seen that they're kind of laid out a little bit differently than what I've done here. Like all this path here, it's a waste. I don't know why that's like that. Why is that like that? And is it ever going to go back to normal? If I try. Oops. What is it doing? Why is this making two paths? Why? Why is this a thing? This is completely ridiculous. Wow. Okay, we need some curb. There we go. Okay, so, you know, that's the other thing about this is what I've seen from all this from my research is these aren't like laid out in a grid or anything. They might be in a square, but people can walk freely around a lot of the rides, and there's not these huge lineups like this. There's shorter lineups. Like, you know, the thing is, the only ride here that has anybody at it is the coaster. Well, okay, there's some people here. We're not going to count that. We're going to pretend we didn't see that. So now I'm going to cut out all this. What is this? This is I don't know. We'll call it I don't have a name for this. It needs a name. Spin around the jungle. Whoops. Whoops. In a jungle. We need real. That's one thing I don't like. It just goes and deselects everything that you selected to make the blueprint. I don't like that at all. It shouldn't do that. It's bad. It's lunchtime. Damn, I just had breakfast 10 minutes ago. Well, maybe not 10 minutes, but an hour and 10 minutes. Oh, there we go. I don't even know what to call this either. Ancient bumper cars, I guess. Done. Hey, Aaron. Okay, let's get rid of all this. This is a pain in the ass. But okay, there's no lights here anyway. Okay, so I just didn't want to delete all the lights. Okay, so that's gone. All that's gone. I need to get rid of this path. Come on. What is it doing? Camera will fall this end. Okay, there we go. That works so much better than it used to. Mostly. Well, it does something ridiculous like that. Okay, so there we go. We've got everything cleaned up. And now we got to think about what we're gonna do. I think putting trees and stuff down can be safe for later. Right now, it's gonna be selecting some rides. Yeah, there we go. What do I want? You know, it's weird. You get here and you start looking at this and it doesn't seem like there's anything in here. Hey Halo! Welcome to the stream. Back to the stream, I should say. Okay, so let's try that again. I just wanted it to be flat. Now, like I said, I feel as though what I should be doing is creating a completely flat, filled-in square, and then deleting out sections of it for the ride, so people can walk anywhere. You know what I mean? Let's try that. I don't know if it's gonna work. I didn't think it would be such a bad, you know, this. I didn't think it would take this. That's really good. That's awesome, Planet Coaster. Uh-oh. Is that not flat? Oh no, it's flat. Build a mountain ride. The only problem with this is everything already has like it's gonna have a big huge pattern on it, and I really hate that. Also find this it being all crooked kind of disturbing. Like, I know I flattened out the world beforehand. Hey, Devil's Return. Figured out the graphics. What problem were you having with graphics? I didn't think this was going to be such a process. Too bad you can't just draw a square and go, hey, this is where path goes, and it just puts path down in that whole area. And this is when a thing comes. Oh, come on. And comes up and says, you have exceeded the path limitations to the map. Oh, see, I find I find that it's probably the most demanding game on my PC. See, it's not flat. Oh well. Okay, so let's take a ride. I mean, like, not take a ride, but take a ride and put it down. I should probably get rid of these lights. Okay, we'll start exactly where we were before. This is the ride I'm putting down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, float it up in the air so I can see what I need for space. And then I can go in and say, okay, well, let's delete the space we need. And we need a little bit more. And I'm putting that little bit more on the wrong side. I don't know why. Because we need to be able to have something of a queue. Really? It's a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, so we want the exit just to exit like right out onto this stuff. So, I guess if you think about it, I really kind of cut. Well, I can't. There's not less than a 4-foot section cut out, so it has to be like this. And the other problem, of course, is why would I have the exit there? How to change the path color at the park entrance. I don't know if you can. Like the path that's already there? Okay, so let's get me some queue. Oh, duh. No, it won't let me. It doesn't like having them on the corner. Oh well, you know what? I don't care. It's not working. Not gonna do it. We need some other way to do this. Yeah, it doesn't work at all. Are you like not doing anything, Planet Coaster? Yeah, it's not doing anything. It's like, yeah, I'm out of undos. But I'm going to flash the stuff on the screen to make it look like it's doing something. So you keep pressing it like a moron. Yeah. So it's out of undos. Okay, I really, really wish that you could, like, adjust that. It's not like I don't have enough RAM or anything for them to, like, store that. Yeah, I'm gonna check to make sure that that's not a thing. I don't think it is a thing. There we go. We can have it floating up in the sky. Well, that's no fun. Why does it say one waiting? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Not sure I know what you mean. Yeah, see, that would be awesome just to fill that up with rides. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So again, like there's the image that I have in my mind is not gonna happen. It just can't. It doesn't. The game doesn't support that. You can't do that in Planet Coaster. So quit trying. Okay. Put some spider webs on that. That'll look pretty dark. Maybe I should try to make everything here in black and white. We'll just make it like a black and white area of the park. I don't know if it's possible. But I think that would look pretty cool with spider webs on it. Okay, so that's fine. I don't like the way the back of it looks, but we'll get it. We'll figure out something. The issue, of course, is there's not a ton of different variation in rides when it comes to like older style rides. Okay, that's the same thing. Yeah, let's not just put the same thing behind it. That would be silly now. Trying to. What I should do is run two paths down here in a loop and build some type of building to go in there. I'm still starting to think it would look really cool in black and white. If all of it was like that. I'm gonna experiment with that. Like just a whole section of the park, but just like that, like it'll actually stand out in the distance. Because everything will be black and white. Like even the tiles and the floor here. I'll change everything here. Well, it'll be kind of hard to change everything, but... And again, why am I trying to build something like Stylite? Let's not do that. Let's just go with it for now. Very Christmassy. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what do we want in here? There's no way to have like amusements, like, you know, like the thing where you throw the ball throw. I don't know. Where you either throw it into the holes, or you throw it into the, you try to knock down the pins. Like little things like that would be awesome to have in here. But how would you build that? Hey, Tartan Branch. Welcome back to the stream. How would you build that? That's the question. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, let's go first into roofing. Believe it or not. That's where we're going to start. Okay, so let's plan for, you know, not a huge building. But the thought here is, this is the building, and there's overhangs. You know, we'll set something up. We'll put a big sign on the end. I don't know, something like that. Maybe walls. We should probably have some walls. I don't really know how this is going to work. Well, it's not going to work because it's not actually going to do anything. But I don't know what it's going to be like. That's not going to work. Going to be painted wood. We're going to have you know, windows. Already don't like that. And then how do you do this? Like, what, you know? Oh, I understand why things are getting all wacky. There we go. Hmm. Let's see what we got for like awning that might be better than that. No. Definitely not. No. I don't like it, but I think I could do more with it than I can with the other ones. Yeah, that had nothing. I don't know how that went and said, "Oh, you want this on the floor." Again, it did it again. I don't want it on the floor. Duplicate it. It's at the right height, exactly where it needs to be. Rotate it. Okay. Hello? Hello? And it's gone. Obviously, I've completely forgotten how to use Planet Coaster. Duplicate it. Rotate it. Move it. Don't take no for an answer. I need to figure out how to cover that. Well, that's weird. Now remember, there's no reason at all for people to come here. Okay, what do we want here? What am I saying? Games. That's what I want the sign to say. I don't even know how to spell. That's not how you spell it, but I thought it would look cool with its head. I was wrong. It looks stupid. Oh, I know. I'm getting to that. I'm getting to the roof. This. I'm working on it. Need very simple signs. I need the opposite. You know what I mean? There's some reason they're all disconnected from each other, so. Okay, let's get back in here. I'm going to go back into signs. Basically, I'd like a little sign to put on here. Yeah, I forgot that all these, every font except for that one is basically unreadable and too small. Okay. I was hoping to change the color of the sign, but it seems that's not a thing. Okay, so now I need something to, like, look like that's all being held up. Hmm. Okay, I guess it's gonna be shutters. Oh, oh. Hello, game. What are you doing? Oh, come on. Since when did I do that? Okay. Yeah, I didn't need that on there. And those don't really stand out, but whatever. We'll figure it out. I guess I'm gonna have to go back to shutters. Hey, Pool of Awesome Upgrade, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay, this is gonna be weird. But there's like 5 of them. Because that makes sense, right? And just because I don't want the whole thing to be all closed and shuttered, I'm going to put in a shop of some type. Well, I'm already done my soda. Well, I guess I'm already done. It's an hour. Okay, so now what? Okay, we need it. Obviously, it's lacking in something. Totally, you know. Excuse me. But again, we don't have amusements. Well, I guess we have rides, but we don't have what we need in order to make this a thing. Hey, they're coming for pizza. Just open the place. Yeah, but that, you know, again, this is another thing that bugs me. I would love to build a covered building that had amusements in it, but they like, okay, so let's just pretend. We'll pretending right now that this is a roof. No, I don't need these. So I want to build an amusement thing like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. And we're gonna slap this down here. And because I just don't like things that are normal. Come on. Okay, so now what we're going to do in order to make this amusement area, we're going to take a path. And we're going to run a path down here. That wasn't big enough. I mean, that was too big. Okay, so now we want to use our things. And this is the problem I have with these. These don't sit on the ground. Well, sorry, they don't sit on the path. They create a piece of path of their own. which is really painful to use. The other thing I found is the repair guys don't come and fix them when they break. So I have a park where my vending machines never ever get fixed, and I don't know why. But the problem with this is, of course, this is the way they work. They're not on the path. You can't. Come on. So what you're doing is you're attaching them to a path. So you can do that. Oh, that's a vending machine. Where's the claw? Zoltan's Fortune. Popcorn. Oh, vintage claw. Yeah, and see what? Okay. So all this work. And I can only have 4 of them. Well, there is only 4 of them. So, yeah, I don't know. I wonder. See, that's not gonna work. They're gonna walk through the walls. I wish it was a thing that could be done. But I don't even think it works over here. Again, there's just not enough. There's just not enough selection of things to put down, really. Really. Yeah, so no, I don't know. Oh, I'm still in that building, that's why. Okay, maybe that'll work better. No, I just told it to break that off the thing. But no, it won't let me. Oh, come on, Planet Coaster. Seriously. Oh, they've just destroyed this thing over the last 2 years. They've just decimated its usability. You know, and they thought they could make it up with little things like, oh, well, we'll take the blue mask off when you're changing colors and stuff like that. But it's still, the menus need to be fixed. They are, like, if I change menus 6 times in a minute, well, there goes that entire minute. Because it takes like 10 or 12 seconds to change a menu. Like, seriously. It must be my piece of junk computer. Ugh. Sorry. I'm gonna shut up now. I just don't think, you know, basically they've I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, well, my computer has dual Titan X's. 2 of them. And still. It's like completely ridiculous. Obviously there's something horribly wrong in their code. If they've yeah, this is something's terrible. Could you imagine if, do you think anybody would use Word ever if when you clicked on the file menu it took 10 seconds? In Adobe Premiere, when they used to have a bug that when you click on the file menu, for some reason it went and resolved a bunch of file names for something and popped them into a list, and it would take like 3-4 seconds for the menu. But so what we'd do is, like, yeah, if you want to click file and save, it would take you like 5 seconds every time. So you'd use the Control S and you'd start to use the shortcuts to save. I even created quick keys for save as, etc. Things that I did all the time off that file menu to make up for it because it drove me crazy. You know, because you make a change, you save it. But the SLV. Oh yes, okay, yeah. Just let me know. Maybe you should have like a alarm. Maybe when the menu is finished loading, it should go ding. That's what they should do. That would solve the problem. Just put a dinger in. Ding! Your menu's ready. Ding! Oh, you can continue playing now. Well, yeah, but my machine is a $6,000 gaming beast. And I have no problem playing the most advanced games in you know, in ultimate or whatever, ultra settings. And yet this thing, which, you know, I do understand the difference. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a software developer. I do understand the difference between what I'm doing here and what it has to do versus the world in whatever game that's taken the map and it's compiled it into It's a compiled resource, whereas in this is not a compiled resource. The problem with this is there's no occlusion information. It does not know that it doesn't need to draw that hotel. You know, it does not know that. It does not know that. Like, that's fine. The problem here is not that at all. I understand that. The problem is it's the simplest, stupidest things that is just killing the experience. This should not be a thing. That menu should be there. It once got past this point, the people at Frontier should have been, hey, you know, we've got a problem. We really, really need to visit this. We really need to visit this. Or look at this issue. Because in a while, we are going to make our game completely unbearable to use. You know, and that's something, this has been going on for months and months and months now. You know, there was an update that just made it worse, and then there's another update that made it even worse, and now it's the point where, you know, every 6 clicks of a menu, you waste an entire minute. If you change 60, you know, or change menus 100 times in an hour, you've lost 10 minutes of work. In an hour, you've lost like more than 10% of your, you know, you've almost lost like 18% of your productivity because they can't make the menus display properly. Sorry, I'm ranting, but I can't help it. It's a bad experience, and they've got to know it. You know, unless they're all running around running like i7 9700Ks and, you know, but that's not the case. I know, I'm a developer. I know I don't develop games, but we don't get the best machines. Well, yeah, and exactly, even with Wolfie. Like, a guy who's played the game for over a year, and then suddenly they come out with an upgrade, and boom, can't even load the game at all. Like, that's... something's happening at Frontier when it comes to the quality of what they're doing. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not... I don't... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here, because this is what I'm working on. This is what I need to make look good. Well, yeah. You know, my machine is not brand new in any way. My video cards are newer than the machine. I had two 770s in there when I started, and I sold those for a couple $100, and I spent a few grand on 2 Titan X's. And I've never looked back. I've never, ever, ever had a problem gaming. I've been able to take Steep and splash it across 3 monitors wide and play Steep like that. It is awesome. It is just such an experience. But this is not... this should not be taxing my system the way it is. Okay, so we need like some type of structure to hold this up. Because, you know, things don't just float in the air like that. Yeah, there's some good VR stuff. I've got an Oculus Rift and a Sony PlayStation VR and the Samsung Gear VR, but I don't use any of them. Now, they're not terrible or anything. Oh, see, I've got Skyrim VR, I've got Doom VR. I've got more of the full game experiences rather than the... But yes, I have to admit, things like Job Simulator and stuff like that can be a lot of fun. Whoops. No mouse controls. Okay, that's supposed to go. Yeah, thanks. Not like I didn't click the button like an age ago. I guess it's my fault for moving on and trying to do something else. I'm okay. Really. Everything's just fine. Hello? Everything's good. No need to panic. I know what to do. What else we got? Fortnite died? Oh, that's too bad. Everything dies. Everything. Well, mostly. Yeah. No, everything dies. Even the universe. One day. Hi, spot. Okay, we need lights, and we need another sign. Don't know what that sign's going to be, though. But now I'm waiting for scenery, so we could be here for a week. Or at least 10 seconds. That's all it does. Okay, I was hoping I could, like, fire it off and have it do things. You're the only one on Twitch? Well, I don't know, I don't know, actually, that's right. Is it donuts or is it donuts? Oh, it's either. Oh, wow. Mind blown. Okay, so donuts can be donuts, D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T-S. Or donuts can be donuts, D-O-N-U-T-S. They're both right. I wonder what Tim Hortons makes. They make donuts, not donuts. Maybe it's a. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I did not know that. And of course, these are the things that we should be discussing. See, okay, what it is donut, D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T, or do nut, D-O-N-U-T. that's something Americans have done. The English way to say it, English is donut. D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T. There we go. There we go. And now it does look funny. Sorry. It looks funny to me. That looks funny now too. They all look funny. We've ruined the word donut. That's it. Gonna have to ban the word donut from the world. Not banning donuts though. We need donuts. We need that menu to come up. Those lights aren't flashing. I want people to be having seizures from flashing lights. Well, I don't really. Why aren't they flashing? I wanted to do a big thing with these in the other one, but Poe Nosner? Is that right? Poe Nosner? Welcome to the stream. And finally, Pool of Awesome upgraded, has someone to keep him company on Twitch. Okay, so let's find some other lights. Wonder why it does that. Does anybody else notice that? If you look at a word or repeat a word over and over and over, it starts to sound unword-like. Starts to sound wrong. Or is it just me? Okay, this isn't gonna work. Oh no, I undid one not enough. If that makes any sense. Oh, come on. Why? How? I pressed the button way over here. You accepted input from a key, and then you went, oh, I forgot a button was pressed before that key was pressed. Oh, I'm just going to go do what that button press was done, even though that key was done, and it's not a valid movement anymore. Sorry. I don't know why I'm complaining about Planet Coaster so much today, after, 1,400 hours. I guess I'm really not complaining. Though I will say, I'm amazed that they have fixed some things that I have complained about. And I'm also amazed that they haven't fixed some other things that I've complained about. Is that what it's called? Really? It'd have to be a thing, I guess. This is probably, yeah, there's nothing like that is things that just happen to me. I almost think that these people could talk to the Sims. They have very similar dialects to their language. I'm pretty sure they're interchangeable. I don't think this is this is turning out the way exactly how I was thinking. But that doesn't matter. That's definitely not staying. Like this does suit the area. Like that is the one good thing about it. It is suitable for what this is. I think I need to change the green though. Ugh. Well, you know, I think when you say that, but you know, other languages have their faults too. Like try to learn Latin, verb conjugation, and all that. Oh, ugh. Like you know, there's 6 different ways to say the same word because you said it because it happened yesterday, because it happened just now, because it's going to happen in the future, because it was, you know, like really. I took Latin in grade 9, and it was awful. Yeah, see, I don't know what to do with this. I'm just gonna move on. Oh yeah, I have to play on limited money. I wouldn't be able to afford to build a park like this otherwise. Look how little is filled in. Yeah, I really should concentrate on this area here. Once I get this filled in, it'll make everything else seem like nothing. Whoa. And see, how is it able to do this and go from loading none of the world to loading all of the world, and yet when I go like this, I have to wait for 10 seconds. What's it possibly doing? You know, in 10 seconds, I can parse through millions of records in a database. In 10 seconds. Like, that's the kind of work I do. But, like, really? Or maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands. And it's not like, you know, like, I thought, oh, well, it's loading all the pictures. Well, guess what? No, it's not. It loads the pictures as it goes. It dynamically loads them. So, it's not doing that. And if it's parsing the properties of them, maybe it should have parsed those and stored it in memory ahead of time. No, I don't want to build that. The weird thing is, right, but you might be able to compare what Google does to a compiled map. But you can't compare it to this because this isn't compiled. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's. Yeah, so the difference between Planet Coaster's worlds and worlds built in game, in like, let's say, just the world in Red Dead Redemption. Planet Coaster has no idea what you're going to be looking at when you're in a certain place. Like, it does not know that I'm going to be halfway across the world looking at this. And right now, it doesn't even know that I can't see it. If you know what I mean. So, in a game, the compile step says, okay, from this point where this person would be standing, what things can I see? And it creates this this tree of data that basically says, oh, from this point, boom, here's all the things you can see. From this point, boom, here's all the things you can see down the tree. So when you're standing here, it's not rendering a roller coaster. It's not rendering another train station. It's not rendering all the track for the train. It's not rendering the lake. It's not rendering anything else because they're occluded. Now, there's got to be some of that happening in here. But it's like shooting a beam across from right to left to right and making a list of the things those beam hits so that when you're in that place again, it only has to worry about those things that beam hit. Now, of course, the other way to do it is to actually calculate what that beam hits. Now, this is very simplistic. You know, generally would only work across a 2D plane. You can't go along and scan the entire screen to see what the beam hits. So they draw everything. They draw from far away to close. So that's why some people have big rendering issues in Planet Coaster. Because it is drawing everything, and it is a beast. You know, like, there's going to be people who have trouble rendering just even this building. But again, I always come back to that. Yes, that's an understandable difference between me building a world dynamically in Planet Coaster, building a living world that is different from every world that everybody else has built, is different than a normal game. I accept that. And I understand that difference. What I don't understand is why the menu takes so long. And you know, when you think about it, like I was telling Wolfie the other day, well, Planet Coaster is the most demanding software that I have on my machine. Planet Coaster and Subnautica, believe it or not. So, but if I look at it right now, Planet Coaster's running at, you know, my video card's only running at 36%. Why aren't you using my video card? Seriously. It's like this huge, it's this massive parallel processing machine. Why not use it? Why not offload some of the calculations that you have to do over and over and over and over on different objects? Offload it to the video card. But maybe they don't, you know, they don't write to that level. They're just doing what they can do within the engine. No, yeah, exactly. What have they done? What has been changed? I think that path is too wide. Curb on ground path. Okay, there we go. Again, it stuck them all in a building. Didn't want that, but it does it anywhere. Letting the video card have a longer life. No. No. It's not. If you take care of your equipment, keep it dust free, that gives your video card another life. A better life, a longer life. Not using it doesn't help. Well, of course, if you don't use it ever, it will last forever. But me using my video card is not going to lower its life expectancy. I've never had myself. I've never had a video card go. The last two video cards I've seen go were somebody else, and they were both AMD cards. Okay, so now, not a track ride. Yeah, the only computer I've ever owned that I didn't, well, let's see if that's true. Yeah, the only computer I've ever owned that I didn't build myself was the first computer I got. But that wasn't, I didn't go out and buy an HP or buy you know, Dell or something like that, one of these prefab computers. I went to a place that built computers and went through it with them. I chose a motherboard, I chose a CPU. And stuff like that. So since I've started using PCs, I wonder if that's a blueprint. Is that a blueprint? Ever since I started using PCs, I've been using my own PC that I've built myself. Well, since that one. And that one actually that lasted quite a while, but that first computer I bought was really expensive. It's like $2,000 or $2,400. But of course that was, you know, I was young then. Not that I'm not young now, but I'm not as young. So yeah, it was a good computer, I guess. I had to add a video card to it. See, I'm not seeing them. I'm gonna create a blueprint before I delete them. Why is the camera changed? Oh yeah, yeah. Planet Coaster will never allow. No, there's just they're way too complicated. Way too complicated. Oh, they were there? Okay, it doesn't matter now. They're deleted. If I got an extra copy. Okay, pool of awesome upgraded. Drop by again. I'll be here. Mostly. Well, okay. I'm here once a day. I stream daily. So come see us again. Okay, so obviously once I fill in some of the decoration around this stuff, this is going to start to look like more along the lines of what we want. The style of the decoration is going to be very important. I am noticing that we're not getting any traffic. And I'm wondering why. And I'm realizing it's because everything in the world is closed. I pressed the wrong menu. 10 seconds, gone. 10-second life reduction penalty. Oh, yeah. I really don't know what to put here. You think that's too big? That wasn't the ride I was looking for. 10 more seconds. I don't know how much compact roller coasters really existed back in when this was supposed to be representing. But we'll see. That's not a thing. Obviously neither is that. Everything's way too big. Oh, awesome. Okay. I was just gonna wrap things up. But this has to be a thing now. We all know it. That's probably not long enough. I really hate when it does that. You're like putting down path and then it just stops doing anything. It's like, yeah, I'm not putting down path anymore. And you have to reload the putting down path part. And it can pop back and do that at any point in time. Like, that's basically what it's doing now. Okay, there we go. I should just lock this in here. And we'll... Hello? Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Dumb game. Sorry. Yep, yep. Obviously, camera needs to point that way. Yeah, yeah, that's... Come on, come on! Hey, Luke! How you doing? It's like now it decides, nope! You can't do this anymore. I will not allow it. I'm doing okay. See, it's the queue. It's nothing to do with the path. The path, it's much easier to do this with regular path than it was with queue. Like, that is weird. Why are you doing that, game? You won't let me put it down here. Doesn't like this. Okay. I have completed the stupidest ride ever. I guess, you know, if I were to build a huge, big platform and everything to hold this all up, this could make some sense. There's not much sense. And a coaster going around in like, loops. Okay, yeah. There was that whole staying on theme problem that I'm trying to overcome. I think I just went off on a tangent. But, you know, what's the guy gonna do? I think this is gonna lead to better places than what we had before. But I don't think this is gonna stay. I think I'm gonna end up deleting this. But yeah, you know, obviously, so this is sort of in the background haunting me because it's finished on the front, but none of the rest of it is done. I really need to finish that. It really shouldn't be a lot of work. All it is windows, a couple more doors, maybe another hotel entrance somewhere else, and then I need to finish up the detail above the door here, which I haven't even tried. But I'm gonna do that next. We're gonna switch back and forth between this and that because this, I find, really gets to me. Trying to build this get this all laid out properly to make it look the way I imagine it in my head, because the way I imagine in my head is just, you can't do that in Planet Coaster. So it's very, you know. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to let you do what you want, but you got to do something. So yeah, I'm going to leave this here, and we will pick this up later. I don't know what I'm playing this afternoon. I got a bunch of errands to run right away, so I don't know how this afternoon's going to work out, or the later stream. But if anything, it's probably going to be Red Dead Redemption, not Red Dead 2, because we already finished that, but Red Dead the original, because, you know, I need to know what happened to John Marston. And Red Dead 2 is a prequel, so, yeah. Really like my train stations. All of them for some reason. That's another thing that has to happen, is this train station needs to be fixed. You're going to notice immediately that it's sitting up too high, and people's feet are inside it. Now, I know having a train station that people walk through is not normally a thing, but I do it with all mine. And all this would need to be fixed. The ground, level of the ground needs to be changed. A lot of things need to be done. Basically, I'd remove those steps and get real steps in there. So, yeah. Now, I don't know if this is going to stay here. The more I think about it, the more I'm starting to think that I'm going to take the... Okay, Mega Nico. We'll see you next time. I'm going to take the hotel and put it here. But again, all to be decided. Nothing stamped in stone yet. Or written in stone. Oh, yeah, we need tunnels. We need to do some tunnel work. So, yeah, I got options for next time. And you know, I'm not going to say I'm going to do something next time, because I might get to that next time and think, oh, I don't want to do that. Keep on forgetting that's a glass roof. Okay, so until next time, I'm GameFace. This was Planet Coaster. If you'd like to click the button, and don't forget to subscribe, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time.